When you're first starting your SMMA and you're trying to get your first client, the thing you need to get rid of is instant gratification. Remove all instant gratification out of your mind and don't put a time frame on anything. The reason why a lot of us do this is because we see this on YouTube videos, and like the big gurus that tell us this stuff, they show us that they have clients that have gotten results in 2 weeks to a month time, or scaled their agency to 6 figures in 2 months. But guys, it's possible, but it's just not realistic in terms of overall and how everybody's path is going to go. There are going to be a few anomalies that can scale to 6 figures in a couple months or a month, whatever. But most of the time you don't see what they did on the back end before that. They've been actually building themselves up for years now ahead of time before they even started their agency. So they had processes and systems in place to know what to do when it came time to go after clients and actually get clients on a call and close clients. So what you need to do at this point in time is remove all instant gratification. The first thing that I want to tell you is that there's actually a process when it comes to signing your first client. It's not just you go from starting to making $100,000 a month or $10,000 a month, whatever, $100,000 a year. It's a process. So first you need to actually be able to figure out how to scrape leads. You need to figure out how to scrape leads first and master that so that you know how to find these businesses that you're going to reach out to. And once you do find these businesses, you have to figure out next how to set appointments. And that's pretty much, and one step leads to another. So after you find these companies, you have to figure out how to set appointments for your business and how you're actually going to get them on a call in the next place. So whether that's through you sending, you doing a bunch of cold calls, you running paid ads, or sending personalized videos, however you want to do it, you got to find what works best for you and the type of niche that you're in specifically. And you got to figure out what works best in terms of engaging businesses to actually intrigue them to want to get on a call with you. So you got to figure out how to set appointments. And once you set appointments, you have to figure out how you're going to do your sales calls. So this is the third step, and you need to figure out exactly what you're going to say, what your offer is, and basically you just need to get comfortable with being on the phone with other businesses. So the reason why it's really not ideal to scale your business within a couple months is because a lot of the people starting out don't really have any sales skills, and they don't really have a good offer. So when they hop on these calls, it's like they get stage fright. In the beginning stages, you're not going to know what to say or what to do, most likely, unless you're just skilled with words. But I mean, a lot of the people doing this want to have as little one-on-one conversation as possible. Is from what just from my point of view of what I've seen in the agency owners that are in this space. So you pretty much want to, I don't want to say you want to go slow, but you do want to build yourself up to where you're that person that can attract clients, and it can attract $1,500 to $2,000 per month from each client. So you want to figure out how you're going to do your sales calls and pretty much your formula that's going to work best for you. You want to take in all the information that they're saying to you, and once you start getting more appointments, you're going to notice there's patterns in what your clients actually want. And after that point, you'll have all your recordings there for you to listen to. And when you put two and two together, you're going to realize that all these other companies pretty much want the same thing. So then you can adjust your offer to what they want to work it better. So guys, it's not from point A to point B like these bigger SMMA gurus tell you. Maybe that does happen with a couple people every now and then, but for the majority of people, it's going to take a while to actually build your process. They don't tell you that there's little steps that basically go together to form a complete system, and that's the number one goal to you finding clients, to you actually being able to close them on a call. So like I said, you need to figure out when you get on sales calls how you're going to close them. And after a while, you're going to get more comfortable with being on the phone with these companies. And at that point, you're going to know the formula that it takes to flip a switch in their brain to where they're needing your product, they're needing your service, and you can deliver that to them. And that's the final step in the process, is you actually delivering these results. So it might take a minute because you're not going to be able to test out what you do until you actually sign a client. So once you sign that first client, you're going to have to figure out a way you can deliver these results, whether that's going to be you're going to do it on your own, or you're going to have like a VA to do the work for you, somebody that's already been doing this before. So it doesn't really matter how you do it. You just need to, it takes time to figure out how you're going to deliver the results that you say you're going to deliver. Because for the majority of the people starting an agency, they basically just picked a niche that they want to go into and picked a service that they're going to offer, and without ever even doing that service before in their life. So that's where it comes in. When people scale their agencies a lot quicker, they've already had sales experience, they already know how to scrape leads, and they already know how to provide a service to somebody that they've been doing for months to years beforehand. And that's why you see these people scale to 10K a month in like 1 or 2 months. And those are like the big stories that the gurus are going to show you, those type of stories on their channels, because basically that's going to attract more views and more of your guys' attention and intrigue to want to basically go through their course that they're offering. So yeah, guys, the main thing is you want to have your systems in place so that when it does come time to you booking a bunch of appointments every single month, your closing rate is going to be a lot higher than it would be if you just randomly get a bunch of appointments and you don't know how to close. So there's a whole system on how you can do your cold call. I mean, how you can do your sales calls, and we can go over that in another video on how to do that. But the number one thing that I would say is how to remove instant gratification is you have to go through trial and error in this industry. So it's like you're only going to become as good as your losses. You're only going to get wins after you get losses. So if you just start out and you get a win right away, you sign a client, you might not know how to deliver them results that you would if you would have had more experience beforehand leading up to this, to where you know exactly what you're gonna need to deliver and what services you guys can provide. So trial and error is the best form and the best way to build your agency, in my opinion, because literally it's you going through a bunch of failures, and that actually builds your character as well, because it's saying that you never gave up pretty much. So if you basically got a win at first hand and then you lost that client after a month, you might not ever have that, you might never have the drive and like desire to work harder to get a client, because it came so easy to you in the first place that you didn't appreciate it. So when you have trial and error, you're basically finding out you're basically testing different systems, and those failed, and then you do find the ones that work. So let's say you do get your first client and then you lose them. You know the exact process that you need to take steps in order to get your next client. So that's how these bigger agencies keep growing and keep adding more clients to their team, to their agency every single month. That's because they know exactly what to do. And if they lose a couple clients each month, they know they're going to gain, say they lose 2 clients, they know they're going to gain 3 the next month. So it's basically, you just have to figure out what works for your agency and just keep scaling it and building off of that. And you'll have a ton of clients that you're going to be doing work with. So yeah, guys, I just wanted to make a video about removing instant gratification, because the majority of the videos that I see online are just gurus saying, showing their clients and students basically that they've taught through their courses, the ones that scale to these big numbers, 6 figures, 7 figures a year, stuff like that. And basically, once you actually go through those testimonials and videos and stuff like that, you figure out that these people had been putting systems in process and like in place for months to years beforehand. So guys, nothing's really going to come easy to you. It's not easy work. If it was easy work, everybody would be making 10K a month with an agency. It's not easy work, but once you do outwork the others, a lot of people are just going to quit. If they don't get a client right away, they send 100 emails, do 100 calls, it's over for them. They're going to quit, because a lot of the people that try to build an agency are looking for quick money like that, which is just something that's not realistic. It's the people that actually sit back and don't put a time frame on anything and say, hey, I'm just going to work. I'm going to figure out how to get appointments in my schedule, first of all. And then after that, I'm going to do a bunch of calls because I want to figure out how to actually close clients. And then after that, I can get my first client. The people that take it slow like that are the people that scale their agencies to, and basically as far as they want to go, because you're not thinking about a certain time frame. Oh, I need to make 10K in the next 6 months. You're just thinking, oh, I need to get my systems in place so that I'm somebody that can attract 10K per month at the end of the day, whether that's 6 months from now or 2 years from now. But you know that if you do get those systems in processes in place, you're going to eventually be at that goal that you set. So guys, it's all about just going through the motions, trial and error, figuring out what works best. And at the end of the day, you're going to figure out what's going to work best for your agency and your niche. So that's all that I have today, guys. Just go follow me on Instagram. I'll be dropping more knowledge, and I'll be back with some more videos.